So before George Mann and Marty Confurius come on to perform, we're going to have a candlelight vigil in honor of Workers' Memorial Day, which is on April the 28th. And every year, for the past 30 years, we've had a candlelight vigil, but we were unable to do it this past Sunday. So we're going to just have a brief candlelight vigil naming all of the people who were killed on the job this year in the state of New Jersey. OSHA was passed 54 years ago in 1970, and I am happy to say that the accidents at work and the deaths at work have decreased since then, but we still have far too many people who are injured and killed on the job. So we'd like to remember them with you today. And we'll be coming around and lighting your candles, and then we'll be naming the names of the people. And they're like miraculous candles because they've been still lighting after 30 years. I mean, it's like, whoa! But of course, we don't keep them burning for a great length of time. So tonight, we will also invite you to name anyone who you know of, hopefully you don't, who was injured or killed on the job. Walter Ricardo McWhorter, age 66, struck by a truck. Farid Atamza, age 31, caught in between rollers. William Hansen, age 61, struck by a truck. John Alexander Paca Roldan, a fall from a roof.
Cody Liehard, 33 years old, crushed by a tree. Russell Heller, 51 years old, cause of death, gunshot. Robert Becker, 62 years old, crushed by a dump truck. Carmen Bolano, 54 years old, caught in machinery. Brian Anthony Morales, 23 years old, struck by falling tree trunk. Eleftheros Rizos, 47 years old, killed by a blunt head injury. Orlando Feliciano, 35 years old, crushed by a ramp.
Elijah Tutoreski, age 65, fall from a scaffold. Paul Frederick Christian, age 54, crushed between two barges. Joseph Di Bernardino, age 43, a fall from the roof. Jorge Aldo Zagara Silva, age 76, fall from a ladder. Georgie Stislaury, age 40, fall from elevated debris container. Wacek Sikora, age 39, a fall from elevated debris container. Fernando Salazar, age 50, asphyxiation.
Jose Pereira, 44 years old, crushed. Steve Callahan, 52 years old, electrocuted. Michael Salamone, 54 years old, sepsis from an injury of being struck. Charles Parker Oberlin Jr., 72 years old, a skull fracture, severe brain bleed. Rafael Pinto Martinez, 40 years old, head and body trauma. Kevin McAdery, 58 years old, fall from height. Benjamin Slack, 22 years old, blunt force trauma. Jamra Odom, 22 years old, stab wounds to upper body. Fernando Menendez Justo, 24 years old, crushed. Meliton Hernandez Morales, 61 years old, crushing injuries. Ahmad Kamal, 39 years old, carbon monoxide overexposure. Andrew Padilano, 60 years old, internal injuries.
Augusto Acabao, age 45, trapped. Wayne Bears Brook Jr., age 49, trapped. They didn't think that they were going to die that day, but they did. And we're going to recite a poem called The Plan by Sue Water. I am your mother,
Father,
sister,
brother,
child,
partner,
lover.
friend.
Today I planned to take a walk,
See a friend,
tell a joke,
give a smile,
pay a bill,
play a game,
take a ride,
kiss a cheek.
hug a child.
I didn't plan to die today, but I did.
I planned to go to work,
Build a bridge,
pave a road,
fix a pipe,
teach a class,
save a life,
paint a room,
write reports,
enter data,
work the line,
wire buildings,
walk the iron.
erect the steel. I didn't plan to die today, but I did. Please think of me just once today when you fulfill your plans. I am your mother,
Father,
sister,
brother,
child,
partner,
lover.
friend.
I didn't plan to die today,
but I did.
And if there's anyone who would like to remember someone, please say it now. Or
I just think we should also remember the 6 workers who died on the Baltimore Bridge.
yes, thank you very much.
I'm thinking of a lot of people actually. I'm thinking of my friend Rita Woodkey. She did not die, but she was poisoned at her workplace by DDT that was sprayed way too heavily, and she was never able to work again after that. She developed such bad burning in her lungs and multiple chemical sensitivities. She was never able to work again. But as far as deaths are concerned, I'm remembering people that died in 9/11, the firefighters went up to try to rescue people from the World Trade Center and also the workers there. I knew one woman, she did not die, but she was so traumatized. She'd gone to work that day and decided to stop and have some breakfast. She was downstairs in another building and she actually saw the people jumping and their bodies hitting and breaking up, and it so traumatized her, she couldn't work again. She ended up homeless.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and then I think of the meat packing workers that died during COVID because remember I can't remember now which company it was, but the meat packers insisted on keeping the lines going. They did not have PPE. And I think of the nurses in the hospital, same thing happened. And a lot of those women died. And then the police officers that just got shot. 4 of them died just recently. You know, there's so much violence and so much sorrow and death.
Thank you very much.
I think we should remember that the names you read are only those who died in traumatic incidents where they died on the day or very shortly after the event at work. But there are many thousands who died in New Jersey last year from their work, from cancers, and from
That's
lung
right.
diseases,
That's exactly right.
and from all sorts of
Thank
chronic
you.
conditions
Yes,
that were caused by the work.
exactly.
And that the National Association of Manufacturers still fights to prevent from being regulations, and where they fight to prevent them from being compensated under workers' compensation, and where they do all they can to earn their profits from the blood of the workers.
Thank you, Bennett. Thank you. I feel like the newscaster who has to tell a very sad story and then the next minute she tells a funny one.
It's cover for George.
Happy Gay Day. And George and Marty, let's bring in the sunshine and hear your beautiful music. Love you guys.
Player Alan got into a car accident on the way here. He's okay, but his car got totaled by a bus on the Verrazano Bridge. So Marty will be taking all the solos tonight on bass.
Nice.
No, that was a joke. But Alan and Marty have played with me most of the 23 years I think I've been coming here. I think the only year was that we didn't have it was the first year of COVID when it got canceled, only 2 months into the pandemic. And then we did it outside a couple of times, and it almost was nice enough that we could have done it outside tonight, right?
Yeah.
Well, good to be back. I drove down from Ithaca as always. I used to live in New York City. 14 years in New York City. 13 more than I really wanted. Yes. And actually it'll be 14 years in October that I've been in Ithaca, so it'll be exactly a halfway split. Who knows what's next? But we're very glad to be here on May Day. Looking forward to seeing you tonight. And we'll start with the same song we always love starting with. Joe Hill's great song for the free speech fighters, Spokane, Washington. When they banned free speech and the Wobblies decided that direct action was the way that they would overturn those kind of laws in city after city, right? And Joe wrote this song for the Spokane free speech fight called The Preacher and the Slave. Long-haired preachers come out at midnight. Gotta tell you what's wrong and what's right. But when asked about something they will answer it most so sweet. You believe by and by in that glorious land of the sky. Work and pray, come on, hey. You'll get high in the sky and die. That's why. Well, the stars you know they play. And they sing and they clap and they play till they got all your boy on the drum. That will tell you when you're on the floor. You will eat by and by in that glorious land of the sky. Well, I work and pray, Lord, hey, you'll get high in the sky. Now that's why you work hard for children's spouse. Try to save for a down payment on your house. You're a sinner and a bad one, they tell. When you die, you will sure go to hell. But you will eat by and by in that glorious land of the sky. Work and pray, Lord, hey, you'll get high in the sky when you die. That's why. Working folks of all countries unite. Side by side we both freedom will fight. Live in this world and this wealth we have gained. The rappers will sing this refrain one more time. You believe by and by when you learn how to cook and how to fry. Bake a pie, chop some wood, do you good? And you'll eat in that sweet by and by. That's no lie. Well, thank you. It's been a one. You can't believe it's been a year. You know, since we were here, the last time. And boy, I said, Marty, boy, I just saw you a year ago. We used to see each other a lot more. Matter of fact, I met him when I was a young union organizer for local 82 in 1993. Marty helped organize a wedding band operation on Long Island that he worked for. It was the first campaign that I led as an organizer, as a young organizer for local 802. And we won 24-17, hotly contested election. And Marty got blacklisted because of it.
Oh, right.
Well, and he eventually got his work back, and we even took the boss to the labor board, and he got some back pay and health benefits, but he paid the price, and that's why I use him ever since. No, he's also a great bass player, and he's played with so many great people over the years. And I used to live in New York City, but as I said, about 14 years ago, moved to Ithaca, so it's always great to come back to see you all. We're going to do a bunch of old songs here tonight. The next one I'm going to sing, of course, is Which Side Are You On? And I'm afraid, I hope it doesn't duplicate some of the others who are going to perform tonight, including the choir, but we all do different versions anyway. You know the words, and you can,
You don't have to sit down, Ruth.
well, if you want to jump around, it's okay with me. But the great labor song written by Florence Reese, a mine worker, right? I just saw Harlan County. I was telling everybody, I was on the plane to California 2 weeks ago for some concerts, and among the documentaries on the list that you can watch on the plane was Harlan County, USA. I haven't seen it in like 20 years. Great film, powerful film, and I'll talk about it in a little bit. But this song comes out of that, the strikes and the struggles for the Union in the 1930s. And Florence Reese, her husband, was going to get beat up by the thugs, so he cleared out of town. And the thugs came and smashed in the door. They searched for him and basically trashed the place. And in her anger, when they left, she sat down and grabbed a page off the calendar on the wall, and she wrote the words to this immortal labor song. Which side are you? 1, 2, 3. Come on, you good workers, good news to you all tell. Of how the good old Union has come here well. Which side are you on? 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 My daddy was a miner, now he's in the air and sun. He'll stick with the Union till every battle won. Which side are you on? 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 Well, they say Harlan County, there are no controls there. You're either with the Union or done for James Square. Which side are you on? 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 Take 'em on! Since I only see most of you once a year, I'll tell you that if I was here in May, actually I was coming down to a gig, the same gig we're going to play on Friday, which is Pete Seeger's birthday, May 3rd, right? I'll be playing at the P. Smith Coffee House in Amityville on Friday this week. And I was on my way to there exactly a month after this. It was June 2nd on the George Washington Bridge when some guy scraped my whole car, my van, and smashed it all up. Just like Alan today. I hadn't had a car accident in 40 years. And the guy wouldn't stop, and he just kept going. I got his license plate, I took pictures and everything. My insurance company's still chasing him because he's uninsured, and they said the next step is to try to block his registration. A big pickup truck just smashed before, fortunately the car was okay, but scraped the whole side and smashed it. I mean, it was lucky, but I had a good year. I went off to Australia in October for a month, as I'll be doing this year again on tour. Played a bunch of festivals. I put out a new album called This Chain, which I'm not going to sing many songs from tonight because I'm singing songs you know. It's over there in the side there, along with a bunch of the other records made. And the big news to tell you is that come August, I will be releasing with Cy Khan. I am producing his 80th birthday album called Labor Day. And it will feature Cy Khan and me singing about 8 of his songs that have never been released, and some wonderful guest artists like John McCutcheon, Billy Bragg, Peggy Seeger, Tom Chapin, Magpie, Joe Jenks, Kathy Mattea, and whoever else we can get on it in the next 2 months. But we're working on it. Cy just turned 80 years old this year, and of course I'm going to sing one of his songs in a bit. But first we're going to sing "Oh, I Don't Want Your Millions, Mister." A song I always love to sing with Julie. It's an old song. After the wave of strikes that came after World War II, right? They kept saying all the unions wanted, they're greedy, they just want more money. And this song was a response written around 1947. All I want is the right to live and feed my family and take care of my kids, right? Yeah. Well, you ready? 1, 2, 3. I don't want your millions, mister. I don't want your diamond ring. All I want is the right to live, mister. Give me back my job again. I don't want your Rolls Royce, mister. I don't want your pleasure yacht. All I want is food for my babies. Give to me my old job back. We work to build this country, mister. You enjoy the melodies. You're strolling on that we built, mister. Now babies starting free. So I don't want millions, mister. I don't want your diamond ring. All I want is the right to live, mister. Give me back my job again. So make me dumb if you wish, mister. I'll be green, a little red. There's one thing I sure know, mister. My hungry babies must be fed. So I don't want millions, mister. I don't want your diamond ring. All I want is right to live, mister. Give me back my job again. Give me back my job again. Now, our dear friend Julius Margolin, there's a brick out there, and I think it got repositioned as we were talking with Angelica, because there's a brick dedicated to Julius Margolin. He died in 2009, but he did the first 8 years that I played here with me. He was part of the New York City Labor Choir, and some of you knew him and remember him. And the brick got repositioned because they had to tear up the sidewalk for some kind of a what, repair work they were doing,
New
curb work,
church,
yeah. And now it's right in front of the gate there, because that's really sweet that Julius is in front.
And the door just opened all by itself.
Woo!
Julius.
And I usually
Come on
bring
in.
his old Norse Marine hat, but Julius was a great union man, and somebody who joined the labor corps and started writing songs in '79. Talk about a late bloomer. And Pete Seeger, by the way, is one who sent him to the Great Labor Arts Exchange where I met him. And then talk about how these worlds intertwine. And it was the labor course that got me to start producing anti-Bush CDs during the Bush years with all these great artists on it, and led to a career in music, which I've been in New Orleans for many years. So it's really been 15 years or more now since I've had a working job, and I just play music now for a living. So great, it's great to know Julius. We're going to celebrate him with his song, Come and Join the Union, right? One of his simple songs that you can sing. Your line is so simple, it goes at the end of every short verse, that's the Union way, right? Come and join the Union, fight for higher pay, fight for shorter hours, that's the Union way. Stand up to your bosses, however tough they play. Workers stick together, that's the Union way. Women and men united like solid rock will stay. Don't let the boss divide us, that's the Union way. Take us all apart. Black, white, brown, and Asian, unite, we workers say. Come and join the Union, that's the Union way. Organized in millions, not organized today. Workers stick together, that's the Union way. Come and join the Union, we'll build a better day. For family and nation, that's the Union way. That's the Union way. One more time. That's the Union way. All right, well, now speaking of Julius, I sang this song last year because I had recorded it on the album I recorded 2 years ago. It's a song I wrote for Julius called The Ballad of Juliet. And he would never let me sing it here or anywhere else when we were touring together. He said, I don't want you to laud me, George. You guys, for those of you who don't know Julius, he was about 5 foot nothing at his tallest, 112 pounds at his heaviest. And he lived to be 93, but he had the biggest heart and the biggest love for the working class of anybody I ever met. And he was, from the days of the CIO, he was
He was
organizing.
in the National Maritime Union.
National Maritime Union, yes, of course, and of course he was the oldest member of the Central Labor Council, who represented IATSE Local 52 for 38 years when he passed away in 2009. So I wrote this song when he was, before we ever made our first album together. It took me 2 years to convince him he could make a record at 81 years old. His voice is an acquired taste, I gotta tell you, you're the first one to tell you that, but he had a great songwriting spirit, and we, Marty and Alan and the rest of us all made him sound good in the studio. And there's a movie about him in there for $10, you can have the DVD. We made a whole documentary about his life called The Union Man. And anyway, I was in New York for like 2 years and I didn't like New York City. I was a country boy, I knew I didn't want to live there, but I was an organizer, that's where I was working, that's where I had to be. And so I wrote this song when he had a blood clot, almost killed him. I got to be pulled off the train in an ambulance, a gurney, you know, and taken to the hospital with a blood clot. And then he had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma was discovered at the same time. This is 1998, he lived another 11 years, but we always knew it, an 80-year-old guy, you know, you never know how long he's going to be around, right? So I wrote this song for him called The Ballad of Juliet. And he said, you can't sing it when I'm alive. I said, all right, I'll sing it when you're dead. Tonight we're going to do that. It's called The Ballad of Juliet. 1, 2, oh wait, let me get the right form there. E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. quiet house in the country would soon be fine. There's too many people fighting for time. What's yours is yours, and what's mine is mine. I know a man who overcame all of that and more. Yeah, it looks like the mouse who squeaked, but you shouldn't hear him roar. Now what's his is yours, and what's yours is his. That's just the way it is. Where are you when I need you, Julian? You're here with us and you'll be here till we win. It's never easy being seen on the wrong side, but the only side that's right is the one we're on. And there were many times I'll kick you around, but there ain't no one who can keep a good man down. Where are you when I need you, Julian? You're here with us and you'll be here like you've always been. Where are you when I need you, Julian? On every night, in every struggle that you can attend, just an ordinary soldier, Julian. But now you're old, but still you're out there fighting. Holiest missionary for the cause. You say if God exists, then I'm surely dead, and it ain't no sin to be called a red. Where are you when we need you, Julian? You're here with us and you'll be here like you've always been. Where are you when we need you, Julian? You're here with us and you'll be here till the end of your life. And if there is a heaven, Jules, I know they'll let you in. And you organize the angels, Julian. Find a video of Julius online on the YouTube or on my website, George Mann Music with Julius Margolin, M-A-R-G-O-L-I-N was his name. And we made this film about him called The Union Man. Now, we're going to just do two more for you. We've still got a full program for those of you who are... Anybody a first timer here? Who's first time? You? Okay, you remember the choir though, right? Yes? No, you remember the choir?
Yes.
Okay, who's the first timer over there? Thank you for coming. Woo, the whole, it's like the bride's side or the first of the groom's side. Well, good to see you. Thanks for coming tonight. Now this song, this is a classic from Saigon. As I said, I recorded this for my new album, This Chain, which is in the other room. If any of you are interested, I know nobody buys CDs anymore, but I got some CDs cheap as well. And we have to get going because we're recording for the record tonight and tomorrow. We're on a deadline to get this album out by Labor Day. So the thing is, it has to get in production by mid-June. Now, Sai wanted this song, which I recorded. It was a beautiful piano ballad, and Therese singing harmonies on it. She's just a wonderful singer from India. But then Peggy Seeger said she wanted to be on the album, and she recorded this song already. So why not, right? You know, so Peggy Seeger's version of Aragon Mill, which is you can find on YouTube. It's an old recording she did about 20 years ago. Very country bluegrass kind of version, much different from the version that we sing. And as I said, so excited, Billy Bragg cut a song of Sai's that's never been heard, never been recorded, called We're the Ones. And Sai, what we found was 4 or 5 old songs of Sai that he's got hundreds of songs that have never been released. But we were sticking with the labor worker theme, so we went through like 30 songs together and pared it down to about 5 that he sings on, that my musicians and I are adding bass and drums and harmonies to kind of fill them out. We're even going to do a couple of rockers that I'm going to lead that are songs that Sai can't sing because he's 80 years old, but he wrote. So Aragon Mill is one of the first songs he ever wrote that ever anybody heard. And It's a song about a mill down in Georgia in '71. They shut down, 700 workers lost their job in this small town. What do you do in a town like that when that's the only job 700 workers have ever had, right? He wrote this from the point of view of one of the women there, one of the long-time workers saying, where can I go? What can I do? And it's just such a, because so many people have recorded this song. We're so excited that Peggy Seeger's version is going to be on the record. But it goes like this. 1, 2, and if you know it, please sing along. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turned 80 years old on last Tuesday, April 23rd, right? And Pete Seeger, of course, if he were alive, would be 105 on Friday, some of our heroes, right? So be singing and dedicating songs to them this weekend in Mount Annamaria. Thank you so much. We're going to do one more. We're going to leave you with a good sing-along. Even if you don't know the words to this one, the last line repeats in every chorus. One of the great songs written about one of our great labor martyrs, Joe Hill. And again, my name is George Mann, Marty Confurius here. Thanks for having us tonight. 1, 2, 3. I think I saw Joe the last time, the lie that he meant to keep. Says I'm Joe, you're 10 years in. I never died, says he. I never died, says he. In Salt Lake, Joe, my God says I'm standing by my bed. They bring you on a murder charge, says Joe, but I ain't dead. Says Joe. Cy Khan, go to his website, cycon.com. You'll find more about this legacy project which they're building. John McCutcheon and Kathy Finker building a whole website to dedicate. They're looking for donations too, but the idea is they want to put this whole repository of his work online before he dies. And the album that we're producing is going to be the first new project that they're releasing in August. So, thanks again, everyone.
To have some light refreshments, but also you can take a look at this exhibit, which is really interesting. It's about the Ladies Garment Workers Union. In 1984, in Chinatown, an employer who was actually a Chinese man had mostly Chinese women working for him. And even though a contract was settled with the International from Maine down to Florida, 150,000 workers in the garment industry, they settled this contract, he would not sign it. And he felt that the women would never, ever cross him because of his culture. And they took to the streets. 20,000 women and their families were in the street, and they protested, and they won. So this is a celebration of the strength of the ladies garment workers who organized, and you're welcome to take a look at the images. You don't need to say anything?
Just this.
Okay, Annamaria Stefanelli is joining us again. Is it getting warm in here? Should I open the door a little bit? A little bit?
Hello, everybody.
And yeah, I'm over here with CDs. The CDs are in this room. If anybody's interested.
I'm going to be singing songs that the immigrants either knew or they sang themselves. And the first song I'm going to be singing is actually by the composer Rossini. And it talks about him when he was in France. He actually is Italian, and he was not in his home. And many of the immigrants that came to our country to make such a difference, they would leave their homes and they would feel longing for those homes, but they still stayed and they worked hard. So this particular song is about that. He wrote it. It's called L'exilé, which means the exile, or someone who's not in their own home.
We sempre ride del cielo, we will non ignore la
an Ave Maria. And I chose to sing this particular one because it was originally from a song by a Baroque composer, Caccini. And it's really beautiful, but the story why I chose it is because he made it into an Ave Maria. But no one knew that he did that because he did it anonymously. Because his country was suppressing certain artistic types of songs. And he wanted to do this, and he created this beautiful, beautiful Ave Maria, so I'd like to sing it.
Full union.
version that the Russian composer wrote to this Baroque thing, yes. And it's done by a lot of singers.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and he became anonymous. He did it anonymously, so nobody knew until I guess around 2000 that this Russian composer had done this because they wouldn't let him do stuff like that at the time in the 70s. But I also chose it because the Botos, you know, when they were here, many times the Italians and other immigrants, doesn't matter what nationality you are at, found strength in these kind of songs. I was reading that they work 15-hour days, you know, I mean, my goodness, we don't realize now how everyone works so hard to get us those 8 hours, really, so. The next piece is by Giuseppe Verdi, who was a great Italian composer, and he was also an inspiration to the Italian people who were under oppression by the Austrian government. And they were many times having to work and do things for these other countries. They didn't have their own freedoms. So I'm going to do Va Pensiero, which is a great Italian Verdian song that was actually adopted by the laborers and by the people of Italy as a battle cry. It is about, it's sung by the Israelites who were imprisoned by the Babylonians. And they worked so hard, and there's a moment of rest, and they start to remember their homeland and their freedom, and they send their thoughts flying to their homeland, and they're saying, "O patria mia," my country, my homeland, so beautiful. And you know, the whole idea is it's not just the country itself, but they all come together to sing this. And the wonderful thing about this song is, in the opera house, usually when it's sung, it gets a standing ovation, and they usually have to sing it again. But the legend is that when Verdi was preparing and the chorus started singing this, the laborers that were in the opera house stopped and they listened because they realized this is it's important. The other thing is he uses the chorus as a unified voice. He did this many times. So the people of Italy were so inspired by him, and many of his operas are about, you know, freedom and opposing oppression and things like that. So I'm just going to take a drink of water.
Nabucco.
Somebody's going somewhere. I can hear it.
Sending the GPS.
going to do is something that I imagine the Bhaktos and everyone sang, because life in the garden and this place that they created for people was also about celebrating and being together as a community. So I'm going to sing O Sole Mio, and this is, you know, I'm sure, I mean, I know at my house we sang it too. So let me see if I can find it here. Okay, here it is, O Sole Mio. This whole thing. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So while you're getting ready, again, you know, feel free to move around or just chill. But now we're going to have the New Jersey Industrial Union Council Solidarity Singers.
Starting with this Sunday with Workers' Memorial Day, we're doing 4 gigs in 10 days, and then we had a rehearsal mixed in there last night.
Congratulations.
But we've been singing for a lot of causes. And we have a bunch of songs this year that are kind of unique to us. Several of them are written by us, and others not too many people are singing. And we couldn't even fit in all the causes we wanted to fit in. But we're going to do our best here. Now, we need your help. This first song is called Shout No to the Status Quo. And when you hear us sing Shout No, you should shout no back to us.
Okay.
And then there are other places where we'll be shouting no. And feel free to shout no wherever it seems right. We based this, well actually Karen did it adapting a song that I had written. Well, never mind what the old song was.
Just say no to WTO.
Shout no for the WTO. Yeah, that's how long that song was. He revived it. And it was inspired by Sean Fain, not to be confused with Sin Fain. Sean Fain, the head of the UAW, the slogan of that strike, he would say, "We say no to the status quo." And we were singing for their picket lines while that strike was going on. And we came up with this song for that, and we think it's good.
We should send it to them.
Well, we gave it to some of the UAW people.
We're asking him to be our honoree at the ballot and sing.
Well, whatever. We're not good at promoting ourselves, which is why we have so few people. Here we go. Here we go. One for the money, two for the show, for break three has got to go. Shout no! No! To the status quo! No! Shout no, no, no! To the status quo! The rich and elite are on your feet, but they didn't count on the people in the streets. Shout no! No! To the status quo! No! Shout no, no, no! To the status quo! Shout trains and the unions in the past, work together at last. Shout no! To the status quo! No! Come on, let's go! Shout no, no, no! To the status quo! Ready, you can sing this part with us. Shout no, no, status quo! Shout no, 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 status quo! Shout no, no, status quo! Shout no, 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 status quo! We all shout no to the status quo! Now the politicians and the CEOs, corporate power has got to go. Shout no, no, to the status quo. No. Shout no, 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 to the status quo. Here's that sing-along part. Shout no, 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 status quo. Shout no, 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 status quo. Shout no, 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 status quo. Shout no, 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 status quo. We all shout no to the status quo. Yes, we all shout no to the status quo. We also got to tip the hat to Carl Perkins for that one. Here's a Woody Guthrie song. Woody Guthrie used to have a sign on his guitar, many people know, that said, "This machine kills fascists." This is the song he wrote to go with the sign, and unfortunately, with the Republican Party having become the fascist party in the United States, we found it necessary to revive this song and sing it wherever we go. It's got a chorus which you'll be able to pick up real easy. It keeps going. Well, the name of it is "All You Fascists Are Bound to Lose." And that's pretty much all the words of the chorus. You're
about to lose. You fascists are about to lose. Oh, you fascists are about to lose. Oh, you fascists are about to lose. Oh, you fascists are about to lose. You're about to lose. You fascists are about to lose. People of every color marching side by side. We're gonna stop you fascists. There's no place you can hide. You're bound to lose. You fascists are bound to lose. Sing it out now. Oh, you fascists are bound to lose. Oh, you fascists are bound to lose. Oh, you fascists are bound to lose. You're bound to lose. You fascists are bound to lose. One more time so I hear it in Mar-a-Lago. Oh, you fascists are bound to lose. Oh, you fascists are bound to lose. Oh, you fascists are bound to lose. You're bound to lose. You fascists are bound to lose.
Right, he's in New York City now,
Yeah.
He's going back to court.
but he's organizing, well, Mar-a-Lago is his base. We're in favor of what's happening in New York City.
In his house.
Please, no, don't mention that.
Okay. One of the worst things Donald Trump did
Oh, please don't.
was appoint, with the help of Mitch McConnell, the grave digger of democracy, was get enough justices on the Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade. Hopefully that's going to cause him to lose this next election. But in the meantime, it's the law. So we've been singing this song, a new song, we don't know who wrote it. But one of our members heard it at an event and we went to it. It's called My Body Lies Under Injustice. And you'll be able to pick it up and sing with it, especially the chorus. My body lies under injustice. My body is owned by the court. My body lies under injustice. They don't want to let me aboard. Bring back we found necessary to revive and revise lyrics. You know, listening to the news these days, it's unbelievable the repression that has been unleashed for just the last couple of days against peaceful demonstrators, sit-ins. And at the University of Southern California, they were attacked by right-wing, and I'm sorry to say, Zionist thugs, because that's precisely what they were. And yet most of the news coverage is as if the demonstrators were at fault. And the bias in the reporting against Palestinians and people demonstrating in support of their cause, where everything is being characterized as anti-Semitism, it's critical. Some things do verge into anti-Semitism, but there's no reporting, or much less reporting, on all the anti-Palestinian and all the anti-Arab things that have gone on. If you look at the violence that has accompanied the war in Gaza in this country, there was 3 young Palestinian college students who were shot while walking down the street.
The guy who shot them was an actor.
Whatever he was not taken out against Jews.
No, he wasn't kicking out against Palestinians.
Well,
It had nothing to do with that.
maybe it did, maybe it didn't.
Just
Certainly
coincidence.
seen that.
Pure coincidence.
And certainly it's attack last night. And the unleashing of the police, I was involved in some of those, well, not quite in '68, but I was involved in some of those sittings. And Mason Gross, who was the president of Rutgers University at the time, took what is the proper response when we sat in his office. He said, well, okay, give me some of my cigars, let's sit and talk. And he didn't throw anybody out until we got tired of sitting there because nothing was going on. Well, in any event, this is the children of Gaza.
When I think of Gaza's plight, with children hungry day and night, all the children who are crying, all the children who are dying, and the things they've seen that no one should have to bear, having there, so filled with fear, they're silent. Children should be having fun, safe place to play, safe place to run, wholesome food and good clean water, safe for parents, son and daughter, and we must hope, and together we must strive, keep them alive, not filled with fear and silence. Our country can't ignore all the horrors of this war. Let's take more actions for peace. Ceasefire actions must increase. We must stop this terrible tragedy. No complacency. We must not be silent. We need a permanent ceasefire. We must not be silent. We need a permanent ceasefire.
song that we learned for the Poor People's Campaign. It was written by a member of the Poor People's Campaign in New York State just this past year, I think. But it's a terrific sing-along. And the line that keeps repeating is "There's a great trouble in this land." I'm sorry. "We're gonna set it right again," is the line that keeps repeating. "We're gonna set it right again." And then at the end of each verse it goes, "We're gonna set it right again." There's a great trouble in the land. We're gonna set it right again. There's a great trouble in the land. We're gonna set it right again. There's a great trouble in the land. We're gonna set it right again. We're gonna set it right again. Help us set it right, come on now. We need healing across the land. We're gonna set it right again. We need healing across the land. We're gonna set it right again. We need healing across the land. We're gonna set it right again. We're gonna set it right again.
Great. Yeah,
You gotta have hope that we can fix this stuff.
yeah.
You know, we can if we all put our mind to it. Now, as you may know, the nurses down in New Brunswick at Robert Wood Johnson were on strike. No, it was more than 14 weeks, more like 17 weeks. Well, yeah, there's a time when they settled, but they were still, never mind. They were out, and we went out the first week, and we resolved as a group that we'd go and sing for them at least once a week, for every week of strike. And we did that for at least 14 weeks.
Wow.
And not only do we sing for them, but one of our members, Mary Pat Ryder down there, wrote a great, and she's one of our new members, she just joined us during that stress. She wrote a song for them, and we're gonna sing that. It's to a sea shanty. The sea shanty was a little bit of a hit a couple of years ago, the Welland ad. So our shanty master, we won't call her shanty mistress, that sounds a little funny.
Are we still doing it a cappella?
Yeah, we're doing it a cappella. She's gonna kick it off. So I'm gonna put my guitar down and just sing.
We're gonna start with the chorus and then verse, then we'll go back to the chorus each time.
Yeah, you could probably pick up the chorus.
Soon may this contract come to bring us back to the work we love. One day when the bargaining's done, it's back to work we'll go. There once was a union that had enough of staffing levels not up to snuff. We hit the streets in droves to show that the offer's too damn low. Oh, soon may this contract come to bring us back to the work we love. One day when the bargaining's done, it's back to work we'll go. We see the scabs who go to work, or liars, thieves, and rich old jerks. But they will stand and still vote no while the offer's too damn low. Oh, soon may the contract come to bring us back to the work we love. One day when the bargaining's done, it's back to work we'll go.
Oh.
Until the day the strike does end, voices together we will blend and sing out union songs we know, 'cause the offer's too damn low. Oh, soon may the contract come to bring us back to the work we love. One day when the bargaining's done, it's back to work we'll go. Our cause is just so stand with us, it's time to take down Barnabas. Despite their lies, our numbers grow, for the offer's too damn low. Oh, soon may the contract come to bring us back to the work we love. One day when the bargaining's done, it's back to work we'll go.
Jose!
Staffing rules protect us all, but the hospital just wants to stall. They'll see us here in rain or snow while the offer's too damn low. Oh, soon may the contract come to bring us back to the work we love. One day when the bargaining's done, it's back to work we'll go. New Brunswick is a union town, so shut this whole hospital down. Don't cross the line, so work don't go, while the offer's too damn low. Oh, soon may the contract come to bring us back to the work we love. One day when the bargaining's done, it's back to work we'll go.
Oh! And we're gonna sing the Internationale. And you all have our words, because we gave out a bunch of song sheets. We basically sing the Billy Bragg version, which one of our members, the late Donnie Gutenkopf, Americanized a bit, so it's not exactly what you heard Billy Bragg sing in the film. And then for the last verse, we sing the great Charles Kerr translation, which is how most people in America sang the song until Billy Bragg came along, and now most people still know the song. And in between, we sing the original French chorus, which Eugene Potier wrote, and we also do a chorus in Spanish. So, we're ready to start another. You sing this out of
Well, it's to stand.
Well, yeah, that would be good. I'll stand too. That's right. We're supposed, it's an anthem. We stand for it.
That's right.
Then we'll keep standing for solidarity forever. After we're done. Which kind of replaced it in this country when, as they said in the movie, it kind of became too associated with Stalinism. So the first notes are stand up, okay?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Stand up, O victims of oppression, for tyrants fear your might. Don't cling so hard to your possessions, for you have nothing if you have no rights. Let racist ignorance be ended, for respect makes empires fall. Your freedom is a privilege extended, unless enjoyed by one and all. So comrades, come rally, for the struggle carries on. The International unites the world in song. So come brothers and sisters, for this is the time and place. The international ideal unites the human race. Let no one build walls to divide us, walls of hatred or walls of stone. Come greet the dawn who stand beside us. We'll live together or we'll die alone. In our world poisoned by exploitation, those who have taken now must give, and end the vanity of nations. We got one earth on which to live. En français, c'est la lutte finale. Groupe en nous et demain. L'international sera le champ humain. C'est la lutte finale. Groupe en nous et demain. L'international sera le genre humain. And so begins the final drama, in the streets and in the fields. We stand unbound before their armor, we defy their guns and shields. When we fight, provoked by their aggression, let's stand together in our love. For though they offer us concessions, change will not come from above. Español, agrupémonos todos en la lucha final. El género humano es la internacional. Agrupémonos todos en la lucha final. a better world's in birth. No more traditions shall bind us. Arise, ye slaves, no more in thrall. The earth shall rise on new foundations. We have been taught we shall be all. 'Tis the final conflict. Let each stand in place. The international working class shall free the human race. 'Tis the final conflict. Let each stand in place. The international working class shall free the human race.
Bravo, bravo.
Now, I'm gonna have to sit down again because I apparently can't stand this. But this room, it's especially a pleasure to sing in this room because during the 1913 strike, this number was the highlight of the pageant of the Patterson strike in Madison Square Garden, which was rehearsed. All the songs were rehearsed right out here
Really?
with thousands of strikers. They were led by John Reed.
I know.
John Reed had been a member of the Whitman Books when he was at Yale, so he knew how to lead choral singing. And he would stand out on that porch and direct the song. And as they said in the movie, as in the case of Lawrence, every worker sang it in their own language. So,
We have 9 different languages.
yeah, we had 9 different languages in the strike, and they all sang it simultaneously, each in their own language. And it must have been a beautiful thing to hear.
And,
Unfortunately, there weren't any recordings made of it. But,
yeah.
so every year in the Labor Day Parade, we always sing it as we ride past here on the way out, and the way back we sing Solidarity Prayer. What?
We worship your body.
What do you want? You ready for the whole Solidarity Forever audience members, or should we just do the 3 big ones that Angela lets me sing at the time?
Yeah, good, okay.
We'll do the whole thing. Well, you know, there's so much history with all these songs.
Yeah.
Solidarity Forever would have been sung at the 1913 strike, but it wasn't written yet. But it was a wobbly song by Ralph Chaplin, who was the editor of Wobbly newspaper. And it caught on quickly. And we still sing it today. And we were singing this, that the songs were so appropriate for today with inequality of wealth. With the inequality of wealth and the way capitalism is running rampant. That when we sang it at Occupy Wall Street, all the young people there, many of them had never even heard of the song. They love these lyrics. So they're worth singing, even though we don't sing them at the dinner table.
When the union's inspiration through the workers' life shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet no force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. Is your heart beholden common with the greedy parasite, who would lash us into serfdom and would crush us with his might? Is there anything left to us but to organize and fight? For the union makes us strong. Solidarity, but must end. stream about the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving, so wonders we have made, but the Union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the Union makes us strong. All the world that's owned by idle drones is ours and ours alone. We have laid the wide foundation, built this tower stone by stone. It is ours not to slave it, but to master and to own, while the Union makes us strong. Español! Solidaridad para siempre. Solidaridad para siempre. Solidaridad para siempre. Con la fuerza sindical. They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn, but without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the Union makes us strong. Sing it out now. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the Union makes us strong. Here's the moral. In our hands was placed the power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of armies magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old, for the Union